Morning, gorgeous. The sky here today looks very eerie and smoky and almost apocalyptic. There was a wildfire last night. It is just so wild and so beautiful. That brings us to today's topic, which is finding your radiance in times of darkness. As we talked about before, when you make a conscious choice towards desire, towards living a life that aligns with your purpose and your body, it may not always be comfortable. And when you open up yourself to joy, to radiance, to beauty, you're also opening yourself up to destruction and sadness and devastation. When you step into desire, you are shattering the current version of yourself. You're reassembling all of the pieces that make you who you're meant to be. And that's pretty fucking epic. So most of us have had moments where we've had our hearts broken, felt absolutely wrecked and destroyed by life. It might be because of a breakup, because of a divorce, your kids going away to college, the death of someone close to you, a disaster like a flood or a rape. You can also rupture just as easily from something good that just splits you wide open, like having a child, or getting a promotion, or moving to a new place. And all of this is just a very natural part of being a human being, especially being a woman, having that cyclical nature to our lives. And breaking open and grieving as a woman is a lost art. We have spent our entire lives trying to hold it in, look happy, not cry. And when we disown our emotions, we turn away from our darkness, we shut down this gorgeous, raw, authentic, lusty creature that we are. And the result is that we never really learn to trust our instinct, never really learn to use our emotions as a guide or a vessel or a tool for growth. We never want to risk living our deeply held desires. We stay safe and protected and solid and disconnected. And it may feel good to numb out and watch Netflix and drink and eat and make excuses and complain and stand in the victim position. This is when you start to hear yourself say, oh, there's just not any good men out there and that's why I'm single. I have to stay at this job that I hate because I can't find another one. When you're not embodying your power and fully owning your shit and experiencing your pain and your feelings, you are turning away from what is a precious, precious gift. And guess what happens when we turn away from that? We go dark. We lose our radiance. We lose our connection to our bodies. We've watched our mothers, we've watched generations of women disown their own feelings and not speak for what they want and feel bitter and resentful. We have learned to choose these states of victim over states of radiance. And you know what? Most of the time it doesn't even feel like a choice. We all know the women that blame their parents, they blame their upbringing, they blame their bosses, they blame their husbands for why they're not living the way that they want to. I've been there. I'll be the first to admit it. This victim space is a consequence of unfelt emotions and disembodied feelings. When you disconnect from your feelings, when you disconnect from your power, this is what happens. We don't own our shit. We take the victim stance and we blame everyone else around us. And this deadens us faster than anything. So how do we get back to our radiance and our life force, even in the face of devastation and wreckage and ruin? What we do is we dive in and we drop in and we feel our feelings and we alchemize the pain into growth, into transformation, into desire. Our culture tells us that we are supposed to have all of these like plain vanilla feelings like supportiveness and kindness, and we're supposed to look perfect all the time, and it doesn't honor grief or rage or jealousy or frustration. It doesn't honor the feminine. No. We're supposed to suck it up, hold it in, and get shit done. When the feminine culture is repressed, we end up with things like mass shootings, school shootings, competitive corporate environment, destruction of our environment, and disregard for Mother Earth. We are turning away from our own humanity. And what happens when we disown our pain is we pass it on to the next generation. We give them the responsibility to heal our wounds. So today's exercise might be more of a preventative measure, but I want you to have the skills to hold difficult emotions and sit with your feelings and give yourself permission to feel and have emotion. And when we learn how to ride the waves of life, sit through our own discomfort, we can do something instead of feeling bad about feeling bad. How many of you have been like in PMS or in jealousy or in rage and you're just like, oh, I feel so bad about feeling this. I don't have a right to feel this. This isn't real. This isn't valid. How many of you have that conversation with yourself? What if instead of doubting your feelings, you just fucking owned it? This exercise requires two things. We plug into our emotional truth and we embody the shit out of it. We dance, we scream, we punch pillows, we throw the tantrums that we were allowed to do before we were taught to disembody our emotions. So you'll need a journal or something to write on, a designated outfit. So it can be a trash bag, it can be a vest, it can be a specific article of clothing that's going to get you in the space to fully embody your feelings. And before you start this exercise, it's really helpful to get clear on the thing that is upsetting you. Now I want you to get in that outfit, get in that piece of clothing, whatever you need to do, and I want you to turn on some loud music because it holds a really tight container for you to have this emotional experience. I find that choosing a length of time that you want to experience this emotion for is really helpful. If you only want to do it for one song or 2 songs or 3 songs, just find a beginning point and an end point. Once you've chosen your song and once you've chosen the length of time that you want this to go on for, just embody your emotions. Take some inspiration from the toddler's playbook and roll around on the ground to emote sadness or frustration. Beat a pillow, beat the floor, do anything that kind of gets you in your loudest emotion. You want to take your emotion and you want to amplify it. So you want to make this emotion loud. You want to feel it through your entire body. Move your body the way you want it to move. You're not performing here. You're not putting on a show. This is for you. Don't be afraid to look awkward or look silly. Just be ridiculous. This is your space. This is you embodying your feelings. Just fucking own it. The sweetest thing about this exercise is that you're letting your little girl run the show. You are telling her that it's okay to be here. And that in itself is incredibly healing. You're relearning how to truly feel your experiences in your body. And just like a toddler's tantrum, this is not going to last forever. You need to have a beginning, middle, and end. And you need to let that end be something that's self-soothing, something like a song that's a little bit slow, lighting some candles and grounding or taking a bite to eat afterward. Just something to get you back grounded in present reality. Next time you're feeling doubt, feeling insecurity, you find yourself comparing yourself to other women, get in this place and fully embody everything you're feeling. Get in the reckoning. This is your space. This is your body. These are your emotions. You get to own this part of yourself and you get to express your feelings. So I'm going to leave it up to you to decide what to do with this invitation. If you're feeling something right now and you need to get in your body and you need to kind of rage it out, I would love it if you shared that experience. Or if you have any sort of feelings that are coming up around this that you want to process with the group, please bring it to us. Let us know how we can support you. Let us know if you need some ideas around evoking that feeling that you need to process. You don't have to be going through some huge big thing for this exercise to be helpful. Just any sort of niggling that you have. Use this exercise to take you deeper into that. Maybe you just have some tension between your shoulders or be stressed about planning a wedding next week. By doing this, you're sending a message to your body that you are listening, that you are here, that you are present to whatever feeling she's feeling. Use it as an experiment with yourself. Use this exercise to affirm that it's okay for you to have feelings, to teach your body how to process emotions. to let your body know that you're going to process emotions in an embodied way, that you're going to be radiant even in your difficult times, that you're going to stay connected to your body.
Surprise yourself, so let go and surprise yourself.